everybody, welcome back to Jessica's Reading Room. My name is Kim and we are here for another monthly wrap-up video, and yes, it is the month of October. It is Halloween month. We got a lot of really awesome horror books, a lot of really gorgeous covers that just make me geek out in my pants, and I love them so much. And yes, I am going as a witch this year for Halloween. I get to pass out candy to all the kids, and I am just so excited. I cannot even tell you. I don't have anything to complain about this month. Everything is just going really, really well. So let's just have an awesome wrap up, shall we? Yes. Okay, so what Kim read in the month of October. So first, we have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I didn't quite finish this in September, but that's okay. I'm all right with it. I think I might have included this in September's wrap-up, so I'm very sorry for that. My bad. But I did finish it, and you guys know I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so hey, you know what? If I could just stretch it out for a little bit longer, I'm totally okay with that. So, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Ta-da. All right. So then we have, oh gosh, you guys know that I really suck at doing these because I never know which direction they're supposed to go. So you know what? I'm just going to show them one at a time. That's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that because see, we adapt really well here. Ha! Boom! House of Furies by Madeline Rue. Her. Right there. See? She's the same lady who wrote the Asylum series, and you guys know that series blew my mind. So I ended up reading this book all the way back when it first came out, and I remember, strangely enough, being really disappointed with it. I was like, it's not Asylum. What the hell? But then I decided to go back and reread it because I got the rest of the series for a great price at Book Outlet. So the second time I read it, I actually liked it a lot better. So I was like, okay, basically this girl, her name is, hold on, let me tell you this correctly, Louisa, finds herself at Cold Thistle House owned by an H.I. Morningside. Right? And okay, for those of you like super obscure people, I just recently had Ivan tell me about the band H.I.M. Okay, so then when I read this, I was like, oh my gosh, clever. Okay, I get it. And I'm not really going to tell you too much else about the story just because I don't want to ruin it, but it's got a lot of nice kind of creepiness about it. There's kind of a murder mystery feel to it, but a lot of mythological, paranormal type stuff, and it was really good. I liked it. So I decided to keep reading since I gave it a second chance, liked it the second time. I continued reading Court of Shadows, and then, oh my gosh, my hat keeps hitting everything, and then Tomb of Ancients. I will admit that there was this little teeny tiny part of me that was like, oh, okay, maybe we're drawing this out a little too much. I kind of felt that in Court of Shadows because unfortunately middle children like this, sometimes they kind of get lost in everything. But then when I read Tomb of Ancients, it actually wrapped everything up really nicely, and I liked how it ended. So if you want something that's kind of sort of spooky, but a little more on the gothic side than it is necessarily spooky, then you should probably read the House of Furies series because it was really good and I really liked it. So, okay, then this month I decided to reread The Dead Girls of Hysteria Hall. Now, dude, this cover, it is by Katie Allender. We actually really like her at Jessica's Reading Room. I know that Yami really loves her stuff. And I think actually both Jessica and Yami just recently read her most recently published book, which I have not read yet, but it is high up on my list. So I am going to eventually get there. But I reread this all the way back, gosh, in what, 2015, back when I first started my scary book kick. This cover just completely drew me in. Again, let me make sure I've got all my names here. Delia was left an old mental asylum by her aunt when she died. And she shows up there, and again, I kind of don't really want to tell you much of anything else just because I want you to be surprised by it. But there's a mental hospital. So that just kind of told me all I needed to know. So I was like, okay, gorgeous cover. and mental asylum. See, I'm not hard to please, okay? I am not hard to please, and I really liked this book. I actually liked this book better the second time I read it because I felt like I paid a little more attention while I was reading it. I've matured as a reader, and it was awesome. I really like this book. If you want a good Halloween spooky read, this is definitely a good one for that. Okay, then we have None Shall Sleep by Ellie Marney. I'm not even gonna lie. This also, it was this cover. You know, I mean, I keep like doing this thing where 7 times out of 10, I completely disprove the don't judge a book by a cover thing because I keep being attracted to these covers, and 7 times out of 10, they're awesome with awesome covers. So it's working. I'm going to keep going with it. And this one, it's like an episode of Criminal Minds, just plus teenagers. So like while you're reading it, it's like Derek Morgan and JJ were teenagers and they're doing it. Honestly, like as soon as that thought occurred to me, I was like, dude, that's exactly what this book is. It really is. Those of you Criminal Minds fans out there, if you like Criminal Minds, you're going to love this book. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. It is Emma and Travis. They have been recruited by the FBI to help with interviewing teenage serial killers and offenders, but they find themselves caught up in an even bigger web of crime and profiling and FBI red tape and bureaucracy. And I loved this book so much. I enjoyed it. I couldn't put it down. I just thought it was brilliant. Plus this cover, I loved it. I thought it was great. Okay. All right. Then we have All This Time by Mickey Daughtry and Rachel Lippincott. Yes. Does this look familiar? It should, because these authors are the same ones who wrote 5 Feet Apart. And yes, the cover art is very similar, different, but similar, and perfectly representative of, yes, that is the correct way of saying it, of this story. I adored this story so much. I have been on like this 3-night binge reading kick where I've been up until like 4:30 every morning just getting through these books. I think this was night 2 that I did that. But that's okay. I can get away with it because I'm a gold digger. What else do I have to do? Exactly. Oh, I work tomorrow. Okay. All right. So I can't do it tonight, but that's okay. Anyway, so of course, as soon as I saw that this was being published, I had to get it because I loved 5 Feet Apart. This one it's on the opposite side of the spectrum, because whereas 5 Feet Apart was like super nitty gritty medical detail, this one was far more fantastical. And I mean, I liked it. I thought it was really good. I mean, I was in tears by the time I finished it. Make sure I've got all my names correctly. Oh, I'm wheezing weird. That was odd. I am so sorry. My gosh, what is happening? I don't know. Basically, Kyle thinks he has a perfect life with his perfect relationship with his high school girlfriend. I just kicked the camera. You guys, I am so sorry. What? It may not have been a weird month, but apparently it's a weird video. Anyway, and I keep hitting my hat on the bookshelf. Okay, all right. Hold on, I gotta find a comfortable place. This is, okay. Anyway, then all of a sudden, boom, car accident, finds himself having to live without his girlfriend, having to adjust, having to figure life out now that everything has changed. And then that's all I'm going to say. Because again, I don't want to give everything away. But I really liked this book. It was really good. And this cover is really pretty too. Okay, all right. What a happy month. We're having such a good month. I hope this isn't making my hair curl, because that would suck, because I just finished straightening it. Okay. All right, then we have Strangelets by Michelle Gagnon. Gagnon? Yes, this is a random one I found at Ollie's, because you guys know I find like super good stuff at Ollie's. Found this one, I was like, what? It sounded kind of sort of like a post-apocalyptic type thing, but it said they woke up in the, these teens, they end up all dying at exactly the same time, and they find themselves all waking up in an abandoned hospital. And you guys know that the words abandoned hospital, well, that's the whole reason I picked it up. I'm not even gonna lie. Unfortunately, there wasn't a whole heck of a lot going on in the abandoned hospital, but I'm still glad I read it. Like I said, it's like this weird post-apocalyptic type story that keeps you going all the way till the very end. So I liked it. I thought it was good. It was a little more science-y than I was completely comfortable with, just because I'm not a real big science-y person, but I still got it. I still understood it. It was really good. I liked it. It kept me going. So overall, I'd say it was a pretty successful read. There you go. Okay. Oh, another Ollie's find, that apparently literally everyone else, wow, it's got crap on the front. That's weird. Anyway, apparently everyone else has read this, and I guess it's been out for a while because it was published in 2018, so I guess not that long. I'd Rather Be Reading by Anne Bogle. Again, this one was a find at Ollie's, and I was like, dude, a book about reading? Yes, I'll take it. And I read it in one sitting. I really, really liked it. This is one of those books where she's obviously more self-aware than I am. She's also better at describing her feelings and her thought processes than I am. Because me, I read because I love reading, but all this philosophizing around reading, again, if someone else doesn't put it into words, it never occurs to me. But then as soon as someone does put them into words, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, all right. So I mean, I don't have to be ashamed that I've never actually read any Jane Austen books, because she says that I don't have to be ashamed. Oh, and I'm book bossy. And I'm totally okay with it. Okay, all right. Anyway, this is a really good book. Like I said, I read it in one sitting. I really enjoyed it. I actually found myself tearing up in the middle of it, which I'm PMSing. That might have something to do with it. So I guess we can't necessarily blame Anne for that. So, I don't know. But this cover's really nice too. I mean, that's a super pretty cover. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk, guys. Obviously, we're getting to the end of this video because I'm... Okay. And... Okay, hold on while I geek out the tiniest bit before I show you this cover, because I swear, guys, if this cover doesn't win the most gorgeous cover tournament, I'm going to be so mad at all of you, because this is the third year that we've had the most gorgeous... I literally hit the camera again. Okay. The third year that we've had the most gorgeous cover tournament, and every other year, my pick has not won. Okay, and I'm not okay with that. I'm getting really tired of this happening. Okay, so far, we're okay because in series 1 of this year, my pick did win. All right, but this one, I swear, if this one doesn't win, I'm going to be really mad. And I know that Becky will probably throw a fit too, because although Becky might not like this one, oh, that would suck. It's really suck if I'm the only one who likes this, because I'm going to have a really bad attitude if that's the case. Because I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'll just show you. I'm sorry. I'm doing that thing again where Ivan says that I talk too much. Okay, all right. Horrid by Katrina Leno. Just stare at it. Oh, hold on, the glare. Okay, there we go. Just stare at it because it's gorgeous. Is this not the most gorgeous cover you've ever seen? Is it? I love it. I saw the cover months ago. I said, oh, I have to read that book. So I put it on my list. And then Becky reminded me that it was published. And so I bought it. And it's so beautiful. And I love it. And I really want this to win because it's so lovely. Okay, all right. Gave it 4 stars out of 5. Make sure I have her name right. Jane and her mother moved back to her mother's childhood home at a tiny, tiny town up in Maine, where the house is filled with secrets and the community is filled with secrets. And is the house haunted? I guess you better read it and find out. And yes, the story really is as good as the cover. I actually really, really liked this. It was really, really good. And I love this cover so much. It's so pretty. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I get really geeked out about stuff like this, and I'm really sorry. This cover, it does it. It does it to me. Okay, those butterflies that I get while looking at Ivan when he walks past in his scrubs, that's kind of the same feeling I get when I look at this cover. So that should tell you something. Ta-da. Okay, all right. We have to be more professional from now on because it's unprofessional is what it is. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, and then, okay, I have to say that if Horrid loses to another cover, it had better be this one because this is like the only one that I would even consider as a consolation prize. So you guys better be aware of that when we get to the tournament, okay? It is Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour. Okay. I love this cover too so much. It's just so beautiful. And I'm not even gonna lie. This is the cover, because even with Horrid, I read the description and I was like, dude, that sounds awesome. This book, I didn't even read the description. It was part of the Amazon buy two, get one sale. So I got Horrid and All This Time. And then I saw that this one was on the list. I didn't even read the description. I was like, nope, I'm just gonna get it. I'm so glad it did, because I have to say, as much as I adore the Horrid cover, I like this story better. Which, again, is saying something. Mila is a foster child who is aging out of the foster system. She is hired by another long-term, larger foster home to come and help with tutoring the foster kids and the running of the foster farm. And she gets there and she's trying to figure out how she fits in. She's looking for a way to actually feel at home, and it's haunted. I finished this last night at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And this one, it's not like creepy either. So like those of you who don't like horror, just because there are ghosts in it, I wouldn't call this a scary book. Like this is not a horror book to me. It was super emotional and really good. Okay. All right. So there I did. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books this month. Yay! Take that, Ink Master. That's right, taking my time and attention back. Ha! Okay. Oh gosh, least. Okay, okay, all right, so I think we're gonna do worst and least, best and worst. I don't know. Okay, best is definitely Watch Over Me. Like I said, this story, it threw me for a loop. I loved it. And I think, as much as I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to do Strangelets as the worst. Just because while, see, this is one of those months where I have to pick a good book as my least favorite because it was awesome. It just wasn't as awesome as the rest of them. I know, I hate to say it, but it's true. Okay. All right. So there's the month of October. We definitely want to hear what you have been reading down in the comments. Make sure you tell us what you are for Halloween this year. And we will see you next month. Happy reading. Bye.